So let's transition to Marvin Harrison, because I'm sure that part of the offensive game plan for Ohio State every week is, okay, if I'm playing against us, we got to take 18 away. So how can we be creative against what we expect a defensive scheme to look like to make sure they can't just totally take him out of the picture? And yesterday was a great, example of how he can so quickly change things.
Yeah, and he's also a guy too where it's like, yeah, you mentioned that, you say that, like they go into it and they're like, all right, 18's not beating us this week. And then he's got such skill and ability that he still does beat you that week. And it doesn't matter if you double him or, triple him or make it really hard to get him the football. He's got the ability to just totally go off. 7 catches, 160, 2 touchdowns, long of 71. And just like, there's not enough you can say about the guy because he's so talented, skilled, and he's so good. And just really fun to watch. Just like he is just really smooth, supposed to catch everything, had a drop, which I think could be pretty good. He won't drop a football again the rest of the year because of that one he had yesterday. But so good. And, we talked about it. Like, does he have the ability to go win a Heisman? Potentially. Like, why not? If he starts putting up games like that, that's what we were looking to expect from him. Why can't he go out and bring some hardware home? I think he's just like, he's so much fun to watch, and totally he's in the conversation for, one of the best players, if not the best, regardless of position throughout the country.
And so that's where I wonder, like the Heisman voting is always interesting to me. We obviously had a non-quarterback win a couple years ago in Devontae Smith. And I just wonder if Marv could be capable of being so much better than everybody else that a defense is going to bracket him and try to take him out of the play, especially when you're playing against a good defense. And Ohio State will see a few good defenses this year. If he doesn't have a bunch of games where he puts up numbers like he did yesterday, could he be that much better in a Heisman voter's eyes that they look past the statistics and say, yeah, I know he only had whatever the numbers are, but that's the guy. I wonder, because honestly, the way he plays, he is unquestionably going to be a top 3 pick in the draft. And I think it's not out of the realm of possibility he could be the number 1 pick taken, depending on who's actually at the top of the board.
Yeah, absolutely. From a hardware perspective, I think it's tough. I think the Heisman is really hard. Like, obviously Devontae Smith a couple years ago, but it's become such a quarterback award where it make it really challenging. But there's no reason he couldn't. You never know what this year's going to hold for him. But he's just so good. And why can't he be the number 1 overall pick? Like, he's definitely in the conversation. And you see guys in the NFL now, would Justin Jefferson go, top? Would he go number 1 overall in his draft? Jamar Chase went number 5 overall. And they make they make the difference in a game in a lot of the games that they've played in. So taking him 1 or 2 wouldn't be out of the question. And with the way that the draft's going to fall this year, with the Cardinals potentially having 1 and 2, I would not be surprised that if he does go, 1, 2, or even 3.